Welcome to the session on SEO audits. An SEO audit is a comprehensive analysis of your website search engine optimization. It helps you identify issues that might be affecting your site's performance and visibility on search engines. So it's important that you regularly audit your website to ensure your site remains optimized and competitive. So let's begin with understanding the importance of an SEO audit. The benefits of SEO audits are numerous. The first is that you should be able to identify technical issues with your site, and these helps you to improve your website performance as well as enhance user experience, then increase search engine rankings and boost organic traffic. So that is the goal of every website owner. And so it's imperative that you should be able to enhance your search engine optimization through an optimized website. So let's look at a step-by-step SEO audit process. Conducting a thorough SEO audit involves several key steps, right? Each of the steps targets different aspects of your website to ensure a comprehensive optimization. Let's start with the first step, which is the technical SEO audit. The technical SEO audit helps you to evaluate the technical aspects of your website to ensure search engines can crawl and index your site efficiently. All right. The first will be crawlability. So to test the crawlability of a website, you should use tools like Screaming Frog to check if search engines can crawl your site without issues. Okay, let's just give an example of crawlability here. So to download Screaming Frog, you head on to the screamingfrog.co.uk here, right? This address. Then you are going to see you can download for Windows, Mac, and Linux, right? Click on download to download, then install the application. So when the application is installed appropriately, you have the Screaming Frog software that you can basically open. Okay. So to test for crawlability of your website, you can enter the URL here to Spider, right? So let's use Terra Skills. Okay. So we can start the search. So you can basically see how it's working per time, giving us all the metrics, the URL, see how they are adding up, the total URL coming up from the website. You can see the home page, you can see the content type of the home page, you can see the status code, the status. They said it's okay, and some have been moved permanently. That is to say, some of this content here are not indexable. All right, so that is to say that they have been moved. Okay, so you have other metrics. Okay, so you can basically see all the page on your website. So if any of your pages is not being crawled, you know that that page may not be searched for, right? May not be able to be searched for. So this is what the Screaming Frog can do for you. So if your page or your website is not indexed, if you search, you're not going to have any crawl. Okay. All right. So you can see the overview, you can search for the issues, right? To basically understand the issues you have on your site. You can look at your site structure. It's going to give you folders and then your site structure. Then you look at your segments, the response time of your total URL, the APIs, and so on. So on crawlability, we use Screaming Frog to check if search engines can crawl our website without issues. It also shows that the The website we use for testing is indexable. That means it is searchable. Therefore, the second point or the second technical audit you need to do is indexing to verify the page is indexed by Google, right? Using the Google Search Console. Okay. Then the XML sitemap. This ensures your sitemap is up to date and submitted to search engines. Okay. Robot.txt, check your robot.txt file to ensure or make sure it's not blocking important pages. Then for site speed, you use tools like Page Speed Insight to assess and improve your site speed. Okay, the site speed is important because you want to have a site that loads very fast. Okay, because if it doesn't load fast, users are going to have problems using your site. To check your site speed, you can use Page Speed Insight, right? So you just go on here, put in your URL, okay? Put in your URL, then click on Analyze. So it runs the analysis, right? And gives you vital metrics for you to actually make adjustments, all right? So you can see the metrics it gives you over a period of time. It basically gives you a map, right, to show you what your current reading is and where it should be. The green marks are where your reading should be, right? The yellow marks are the moderate, right? While the red marks are the no-no, okay? It then diagnoses your site performance. You have the mobile performance as well as the desktop performance. You see metrics like performance, accessibility, best practice, and SEO. So this is why it's to optimize your website, you have to actually test through all of these platforms to ensure that your website performance is great, okay? Then for the desktop, you can see that you have a reading of 100 here for performance, accessibility, and so on, still loading. So you see now that you realize that a website is either more optimized for desktop than optimized for mobile. So from this test, we could say that this website is more optimized for desktop, right? Because you could see the performance, accessibility, and SEO. Okay. So now the last but not the least on technical SEO audit is mobile friendliness. So ensure your site is mobile friendly using Google's mobile friendly test in Google Search Console. So we can, even with the site speed, you can see that that we check that a website may have some features that may actually delay its loading speed on the mobile. So all of these metrics can be used to assess and to ensure that your website's performance is optimized. So the second step is the on-page SEO audit. The on-page SEO audit helps you analyze elements on page to ensure they are optimized for your target keywords and provide good user experience. So the first step that we need to actually audit is title tags. So you ensure that each page has a unique keyword optimized title tag, right? Then secondly, for meta descriptions, you write compelling meta descriptions for each page to improve click-through rates. Thirdly, we want to use headings, that is the heading 1 to heading 6. So use appropriate heading tags and include target keywords in your headings, okay? Then content quality. It is imperative that you ensure that your content is high quality, must be relevant to the topic, relevant to your keyword, as well as relevant to your audience, and provide value to your audience in general. Then the URL structure. Your URL should be clean, descriptive, with target keywords. So avoid URL that are long, have dates, and basically too long a structure, basically. All right. Then internal linking. Internal linking is very important, okay? So you check for a logical internal linking structure to enhance navigation and SEO. So make sure your pages are connected. Someone can basically navigate from one page and to the other and back. Okay. If your website is a blog website or blogging website, ensure that you have internal linkings from similar thematic content. Then, last but not the least, on step 2, image optimization. So don't just insert images on your website. Optimize your images, okay, with alt tags and ensure they are compressed or faster loading, okay, because too large images, for instance, in WordPress actually tells you the size of the images, and most content management system basically tells the size of image to use in certain areas. So do not neglect it, because they are actually part of what makes or slows down the loading of your page, okay, or of your website. Okay, so you can use descriptions, use alternate tags, use your keywords in those areas or your focus key phrases in those areas, so that during image search, people can also still access your website. Okay, and you can have good appearances and good position on your website. Okay, then the third is off-page SEO audits. So it is important that you examine external factors that can influence or will influence your site's authority and ranking. So, right, off-page, you're looking at external influences. So backlink profile is one of those external influences, right? Because we talked about creating content and say it's important that you enhance the authority of your content by also creating backlinks, right? How backlinks connect your content out of the website to other similar websites. This also helps in your ranking. So use tools like Hrefs or mods to analyze your backlink profiles, right? Then social media presence. Ensure active and consistent engagement on relevant social media platforms. This helps your search a whole lot, right? It helps your search. There are, like I said, there are external influences on website performance. Then brand mentions. The more you mention your brands, the better for your performance as well. So monitor and manage online mentions of your brand to build authority and trust. And you see the use of hashtags also ensure that you have good performance, okay? The fourth is user experience audit. So it's recommended that you assess the overall user experience of your website to ensure visitors have a positive interaction with your site, because your site definitely was created for users to use. So when they are having poor experience, you have a decline in your site being used, and that is a problem you want to avoid. So the first is navigation. So your site must be easy to navigate with clear structures. Don't have many menus, complex menus, and so on. Not too many pages. Don't have too many pages. They are very, very difficult to navigate. Work with clear page funneling methods to ensure that you don't have too many pages or hidden pages on your website. It affects page performance, such as page loading and other performance metrics of your website, because it makes your website slow. All right. Then mobile usability. So ensure that your website is fully functional on mobile, right? So that users will be able to access your website on different devices or with different devices. It's important, right? And remember that majority of those that will be using your website will be using it via mobile, right? It should be fully functional on your mobile device. Then content readability. Use clear fonts. Don't use special fonts. The font should be clear. Use adequate spacing and concise language to design your website, and make sure that the font size, right, is visible enough. They shouldn't be too tiny. Do not compact your website with too many fonts, and because you want them to go in, you shrink them. It defeats the purpose of creating a website. Then take note of engagement metrics, right? Analyze metrics like bounce rate, time on site, and page per session using Google Analytics, and many more metrics under Google Analytics. Very efficient for measuring engagement metrics. The fifth step is then content audit. So it's recommended that you review and optimize your existing content to ensure it meets SEO best practices and provides value to your audience. So SEO audit is a constant thing. You know what auditing means. Auditing, you need to audit your site constantly, okay? So that you ensure performance. If not, you are going to work on your performance, and this moment you are performing extremely well, but very soon, as you keep using your website, keep adding content to your website, you see that you begin to have problems that you will not know if you do not constantly audit your website. So content auditing is also something you do constantly. So you audit content quality. Your content is meant to be of high quality, informative, and engaging. If your engagement metric shows otherwise, you have to edit your content. That's why if you look at a major blog website, you see that they will edit, right? You see a content posted maybe in 2019, but was edited in 2020, 2022, and 2024. All of those ensure that instead of making similar posts over and over, you enhance the quality of your post you have. So it ensures that visitors keep coming back to a better quality that can stay informative even as trends improve. So keyword optimization, you need to ensure that your content is optimized, right? It must include relevant keywords that occur naturally. So it's not like you are writing and maybe your keyword is healthy living, and even where healthy living does not make sense, you just go ahead and put healthy living because you want to have an optimized content. It doesn't occur naturally, okay? Then identify topics that are missing or underrepresented, then create new content to fill those gaps. That is, ensure that you can fill content gaps on your websites, okay? Then, last but not the least, duplicate content. So use tools like Copyscape, right, to find and resolve duplicate content issues, right, so that you don't have duplicate content, okay? All right, in your website.